So I'm not sure who needs to hear this right now, but if you found this video, you do not need to be perfect to be worthy. Show up as you are. Show up as you are without the need to be perfect. And to be real with you guys, I had a busy day today and I went to different states to hang out with some family members. Right now I'm currently in Kansas and I went to spend time with some families. We traveled to Oklahoma all day today and we were just there all day today. And to be honest, I'm not in the energetic state that I'd like to be, but you guys were important enough for me to create this video. I care about our community. I care about what I'm growing. And for the longest time, I've always wanted to do something like this where I could be on YouTube and just speak my truth and share my truth without any fear, without any limitation. And I always had like this mindset that I needed to be perfect at showing up. I had to keep up this frame or this persona to stay in a high energetic state. And to be real with you guys, it's okay not to show up high energy all the time. It's okay not to, be perfect all the time. And there's gifts in our imperfections, and there's gifts in just showing up as we are. Just showing up as we are. And if you found this video, I just want to remind you that it's okay to just show up without the need to be perfect all the time. Like me, I don't typically like creating content at nighttime because, but some people like it, and I'm just trying to feel it out to see if this is even something that I would want to do consistently. And, I'm not going to be here in this beautiful place for much longer. And I just want to remind all of us that's just, watching this, and we want to show up as this perfect being. And I think that for a lot of us, we have like this intention of who we want to be, and sometimes when we don't meet that person or meet that standard or meet that identity, we beat ourselves up, right? And what I learned today is that I haven't been fully as present as I would like to be with some of my family members. And it's because I think a lot about what I want to create and how I want to show up for my YouTube videos. And I realized that I was fracturing my energy, fracturing my focus on things that were ways out, right? It was just ways out. And I realized that I was just focusing a lot of my attention on my future than I was in the present moment. And I feel like I could have done a lot better at just being more present with my girlfriend, with my girlfriend's family, with her siblings. I feel like I could have done a lot better if I wasn't just focusing on other things. Than when I decide to come here and I don't have the energy or whatever, and I don't want to say like repeat that, but I just want to just keep it real, raw, and authentic with you guys, that it's okay to be not perfect. There's beauty in imperfection. There's gifts in imperfection. There's wisdom in imperfection. And if you found this video and we fell off the bandwagon at times and we didn't show up the way we would like to, or we didn't show up the way we would want to, and we beat ourselves up, it's okay to experience that. We came here to experience everything and not just one way. We came here to experience the abundance of life and what it has to offer us. And there's this beautiful verse from the Tao Te Ching, and I think it's verse 29, I believe, and he says something about there's always a time to be ahead, always a time to be behind, there's always a time to be happy, to be sad, there's always time to be just still, there's always time to just experiencing a lot of different things. And it's almost like experiencing the different seasons that life has to offer us, right? There's like the beauty of experiencing what life seasons has to offer us. There's a moment we're going to be in the winter and the summer or the spring or the fall. We're going to experience a lot of these different elements like water, earth, fire, air, and all these different beautiful elements. But we got to be like the Avatar, the Last Airbender, and learn how to bend all these elements, right? We got to learn how to flow with it. We have to learn how to navigate it. And within doing all of that, there's a lot of imperfections. There's a lot of moments where we fail ourselves, or we fail showing up, and we beat ourselves up, and we don't meet our own expectations, right? And I just want to keep reminding us of that it's okay to show up without the need of being perfect. Without the need to being perfect. And like I said, I know that a lot of us want to be, we have high standards for ourselves, and sometimes those high standards might not even be standards, they might be perfection. And we will criticize ourselves, or, have negative self-talk towards each other or towards ourselves, and it can be very destructive and very chaotic. And it's coming with the realization that we're not perfect. We all have our own flaws, and we're not perfect. And I think that it's just us showing up without the need to being perfect is what sets us apart from experiencing a new life. Not from each other, but from our own new life. And when we can understand it and realize that life is happening for us and not to us, there's just so much beauty and openness and clarity and healing and awe in that. There's just so much awe and wonder and beauty behind it. And if we can just sit with the idea of just being imperfect, just sitting with the idea of just being imperfect and just showing up as we are, just as we are. And there's just beauty in that, and there's love in that, and there's grace in that, and there's a lot of acceptance, and there's a lot of clarity, and there's a lot of healing, because we understand that we don't have to keep up with this frame, right? And I even do this with some of my videos too. Like I like recording on a specific time and a specific hour and a specific, whatever. I'm not the type guy that's gonna always record at nighttime, but I'm starting to realize that I don't have to, always record at a specific time. I can just be vulnerable and just be raw and real and just share my thoughts with you guys, and don't always have to just be, and although it is important to me, don't get me wrong, I want to feel connected with my future self. I always want to feel aligned with it. But what I started to realize is that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? It's a marathon towards our journey. It's a marathon to becoming our divine mission, our divine purpose. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. And we gotta log into our brains that we have to enjoy the process, and that there's gonna be moments where we're gonna feel imperfect, and there's gonna be moments where we're not gonna show up the way we would like, and there's gonna be moments where we're not gonna like the way we are or how we're being. And even earlier in my meditation today, to be real with you guys, I just didn't hit it. I didn't hit it the way I like it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I didn't hit it the way I did yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's not linking up with me. And I ended up switching a different meditation where I felt differently. I cut in the middle of the meditation, and I went to something that's even shorter, and I was okay with it. And I'll keep it raw with you guys that I didn't finish the whole meditation like I thought I would. I didn't like it. I feel I didn't want to do it. And that's just me being raw and authentic with you guys, and just being pure with this channel. Because even though I'm showing up right now, I'm just showing up as I am, and I feel just showing up equals worthiness. Even if you're not perfect at it, even if you're not in the always energetic state, but as long as you show up long enough for you to respond into some new idea, because there's always this abundance that's just waiting for us to tap into it, and there's a lot of grace in it, and there's a lot of wisdom in that, and we just gotta feel into it and just allow ourselves to be guided into a newer way of feeling and seeing and thinking things. And so I don't want to lose the topic on this video, where just showing up as you are without the need to be perfect. That is a strong reminder for a lot of us. It's just the need to not be perfect at everything that we do. And I actually learned this from my girlfriend and my girlfriend's sister, is that yeah, we have a lot of flaws, and we have a lot of moments where we're not perfect, and no one's perfect, right? No one's always gonna constantly live in a happy state all the time. But what I can say is that we can choose if we want to show up. We can choose to feel what we feel and to honor it, to honor what we feel and to be vulnerable with it and to connect with it and to be okay with it, to accept it and to have intention with it, to have an openness with it. And only you would know if it feels in alignment with you, or if you would know if you feel most connected with it. And so I don't want to make this video a little bit too long here, but I just want to remind you guys that it's okay to show up without needing to be perfect, without needing to be having it all figured out together. There's beauty in that. There's beauty in crumbling. There's beauty in allowing things to fall apart without holding them all together. There's beauty in that. Just like the lotus flower that just blooms out of the mud into this beautiful lotus grace, or this lotus supernova that awes us. And it just every night just goes back into the mud to transform, to do its inner work, to go into its cocoon phase and transform. And then when it comes back out, it just at a different level of mind. So be like the lotus. It's not always perfect, but it's enough to teach us that life is imperfect and there's beauty in that, and we can flow with that. So this is your daily reminder that show up without the need to be perfect. And that's it.